Hello, everybody. Welcome to Two Guys and Empty Seat. No, Three Guys at a Table. I'm Reagan.
Well, don't worry. Steven can be substituted with this alcohol. Anytime that we need to have Steven's opinion, we can toss it to this liquor and be like, "Hey, what do you think?"
Yeah, unfortunately, Steven's not here tonight. Enter sad crowd noise.
I don't think I have a. Do I have an aw tone? Let's see here. I have an uh-oh.
I mean, yeah.
That works. Yeah,
that works,
uh-oh.
yeah.
Because this is probably going to get a little weird, I think. I don't know. I feel like Steven was a bit of a central point. He kept us grounded.
Yeah, he did.
Because we can get off in some fucking tangents, man. We can get out there. This is going to be a bit of a special episode because, again, there's no Steven and I'm a little drunk.
Yeah, there's alcohol involved this time. So
Call it the hydration special, man.
The hydration
Mix
special.
Gatorade and vodka. Tastes like shit.
Zero sugar Gatorade.
Yeah, because the way I've always understood it was sugar is what caused the hangover. Sugar and alcohol cause the hangover. Which, I mean, kind of makes sense at the end of the day, but then again, I'm not a nutritionist. I don't know shit about the human body. I'm not very smart.
Yeah, but at this point, ain't like a lot of people who drink all the time. Is it like the hangover just part of it?
I think it is. But then again, I haven't experienced a hangover in a long time. I actually had the opposite effect. After I drink the day after I drink alcohol, I feel like I'm 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Like I want to take on the world.
I just wake up like I normally do.
Oh, see, I feel like I'm a giant. I feel like fighting. I don't know. I have this like a super aggressive mindset. I work out hard as fuck. I love it.
See, I can't drink, man, because like when I drink, let me say this: I can drink, but when I do drink, I go to sleep. Like I can't party, I can't social drink because I just get tired. I just want to go to bed.
See, for me, it brings out the looseness that I have.
Well, okay. Did I ever tell you the Four Loko story?
No, I don't think I've heard this. I don't fuck with Four Locos, though.
Yeah, well, I don't anymore because I had two Four Locos, just two of them, right?
Okay.
And they were the 14% ones.
Okay.
Anyway, I had two of them, and I was pretty fucking drunk.
Yeah.
And usually when I don't drink much, like I said, I guess I've never been super, super drunk, but I never forget anything, whenever I drink.
Okay.
Most of the time I don't. I usually just forget the shit I normally forget sober or otherwise. Anyway, well, I had me two Four Locos. I hang out with some friends. I decided to go home, go to bed. I go downstairs. I go to bed. I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, butt-ass naked on the couch. Just laying there, everything exposed, hanging out. I investigated later on.
What do you mean by investigated? Like, you ask questions like, "Hey guys, do you know why I was sleeping naked?"
Well, no, they brought that up the moment they were all awake. So
because I've had a similar experience, not kind of a similar experience, but I'll let you tell yours first before I tell mine.
Well, this is kind of an embarrassing one, but it's all good because, shit happens.
Yeah.
Well, I investigated. I found out because I went to the bed.
Okay.
And woke up on the couch. So I went to go see. Wow, butt ass naked for one. It turns out I pissed the bed. I got up and
shit.
I just decided to strip everything off.
That makes sense. I mean, your clothes are wet.
And then I go to the couch. And then I remember later on, because I did have a blanket on, but I remember later on, I think it was my dad, he said he found me on the couch and I was just laying there curled up in a ball, dick hanging out and shit.
Dick just free willy?
Yeah, he just covered me up with a blanket. I was like, thanks, Pop.
See, I have a similar experience about waking up naked, but I think I might have been raped in my sleep one night.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so this was with the roommate I was telling you about beforehand, before we started recording.
Yeah.
One night. Because, see, back when I used to do dumb shit, the way I would do it was I'd stay up for 2 nights doing my shit, and then I would sleep for a day before I had to go back to work. So, it was the day I was sleeping. I went to sleep with shorts on. I woke up naked, and my door was wide open.
Oh.
So, ever since then, my brain was like, let's push our dresser in front of the door before we go to sleep every night. Yeah, so I don't know for 100%, but I thought for the longest time that my roommate might have raped me in my sleep Because him and his wife.
But if they did it, then why was the door left wide open?
Because I don't think they closed it. Because we were all fucked up. But the reason I think this is because before I went to sleep, I heard the roommate's wife asking about how if he had any details on the night before, which I had a girl over the night before, and she was asking if he knew any details about the night, which was super fucking weird. Yeah, I was super suspicious of that before I fell asleep. Like, that's what I heard before I fell asleep. Them trying to talk about that in the living room, which was right next to my room. No, like TV going, no music going, because their kid was asleep. So, like, I just heard everything. I was like, why the fuck are they talking about this?
Oh, that's pretty sus.
It was super suspicious. Super suspicious.
Super suspicious.
Super suspicious. I feel like Mr. Beast now in the beginning of his episode with Joe Rogan, where he's like, "I've never heard my voice like this before." It sounds weird.
I did actually see something on that interview. I hadn't actually watched it itself, but I did see he came out and explained. I think it was with the Joe Rogan interview. He explained how being a successful YouTuber is sharing literally everything you have or that you use to be successful as a YouTuber with other YouTubers.
Yeah, he said he was on. I haven't watched the full interview. I watched about half of it, roughly. He said that he would lie to his mom and say he was going to community college, but actually sit in the parking lot and work on YouTube videos all day.
Yeah.
And he would be on a Skype call from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. with like 4 friends that he had that were also doing YouTube at the time, going over like how these thumbnails showed more views and just a bunch of shit like that. It was a really good interview. Like, it was super. From what I've seen so far, it was super informative for people who want to try to go down that path. But also, you could see the generational difference between the two.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because, like, one of the funniest parts to me was Mr. Beast was explaining the part where how he bought an island and gave it to someone.
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan was like, "You can buy an island?"
Right.
He's like, "You bought an island? How much was that?" Because they're both extremely wealthy, like beyond measure.
I mean, yeah.
But Mr. Beast takes every dollar he makes and reinvests it. The only reason he lives in a nice house is because he was robbed in his shitty apartment that he had. He said he lived in a lower part of the city where he could, like, it was cheaper.
Yeah.
But all his shit was stolen. So he's like, I gotta kind of live in a nicer place.
Fair enough.
But that's all the money he spends on himself is just having a nice home. And then everything else is reinvested into his company.
I mean, fair enough, because, I mean, the man is giving so much already to people. I mean, it's not really his own money. I mean, I guess it is if he says he personally invests it right back into it. So, I mean, what I'm saying is, like, yeah, if that's all he gets, I mean, hell, that's a little less than what he deserves.
Because Joe even asked him, he's like, "Did you set any money aside to not have to work anymore after you retire from this?" He's like, "No, everything I've ever made I've reinvested." Like, he's doing this since he was 13.
Yeah, but think about that, though. He's still got many, many years ahead of him if he wants to stay in the game.
Dude, he's 23. I didn't know this. I thought he was older than that.
I did, too, actually.
He's 23.
So if you think about it, yeah, he might not have the money right now to retire. But give it a decade, he can make enough money to retire in probably a year or two.
On that, he could literally put the money to... He makes millions of dollars a month. He has 4 channels. He's the most subscribed person on YouTube.
Right, not individual channel, but
not
individual person.
Total, like, because he has like 4 or 5 channels that he is personally responsible for.
BBT series.
Yes, so total, he is the most subscribed to person on YouTube.
That'd be fine.
But not singular.
Right, yeah.
But he makes millions in revenue a month. He even said this on the Joe Rogan. He's like, "I make millions a month, but it's all reinvested, so I don't make really anything." But he could literally set aside a couple million. And he could set aside $500,000 every month. The company probably wouldn't notice it. And he could retire within a year or two. At fuck you money. But he just spends it all on videos. Like he was saying, you seen this? What really propelled him into like the average person's point of view was the Squid Games thing he did, where he recreated Squid Games.
Yeah.
Spent $4 million on that.
Oh my god.
He made an app for it.
That is crazy.
And did not make it back.
I'm sure.
No, did not make it back. I don't know. It was just a fascinating interview. I'm really excited to finish it.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. That sounds very interesting.
I don't know. There's been a lot of fun, interesting things happening within pop culture recently. Like the whole Pete David and Kanye thing.
Mm.
Did you see the text message response that Pete finally responded to Ye about everything going on?
No.
Okay. Dude, this was fucking hilarious. So Pete Davidson texts Kanye and was like, hey, can we like talk mano to mano about everything going on? You know, like get this out of the public point of view. I'm paraphrasing a lot. And Ye was like, where are you at right now? So Pete sent a picture of himself and he's like, I'm in bed with your wife. Which is disrespectful as fuck.
Yeah.
But Kanye has been calling him Skeet for the past couple of months.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But also super disrespectful. So you gotta get your shots back in some way.
I mean, yeah.
And Pete even told him, he's like, hey man, I'm staying at this Hollywood hotel. Come and see me so we can talk about this. And Kanye's like, no, come to Sunday service so we can do it. I don't know. It was just a wild interaction. Like, I don't know. That whole thing's interesting.
Yeah. You know, honestly, I haven't really been following much besides the war with inside Ukraine. That's really the thing I've been really keeping my eye on.
See, the reason I've even followed the Kanye and Pete and Kim thing is because more people are talking about that in America than they are on the war in Ukraine, which I understand because there's also a war of genocide happening in Yemen, which no one speaks of.
Right, yeah.
Saudi Arabia is committing a genocide against the Yemen people, and they're like, forget about it. It's crazy.
That is crazy, yeah.
But we make a lot of money from Saudi Arabia. We buy their oil for pretty cheap. We can't be like, hey guys, don't massacre all those people.
Yeah, considering how high gas prices are now, since we're sanctioning Russia,
they're actually going down. They went down a couple of cents today. I've noticed that.
Okay, so alright, so listen, I have a 2019 Chevrolet Malibu. Okay, it's a nice car. I get 40 miles to the gallon on highway. Damn near.
That's fucking good.
Close to it. Anyway, point is, when I first got my car, I could fill that bastard up $35, $40.
Yeah.
Now I filled it up today, $60. An extra $20. Like, I mean, look, I know, this shit happens. Like, last time I lived in Florida, it was $4, $4.50, whatever.
When was that? Was that during the recession back in 2008?
Yeah, it was like from 2008, 2012, something like that. Yeah,
back when the huge recession hit.
Yeah.
See, it's, the thing is, I don't understand why. No, okay. Let me think about this for a second before I actually say it, because I don't want to say the wrong thing and then have to clarify what I say. I don't want to have to clarify it. So, why do we care about what's going on in Ukraine? We don't care about all the other genocides that are happening everywhere else. Why is this one the one that's like, we gotta do something about it?
Because it's Russia that's the aggressor. It's because it's a major world influence that's doing the bad things. Yeah, Saudi Arabia is where we get our oil, which is probably the main reason why we don't do much about it. Yeah. However, Saudi Arabia, other than the oil thing, they're not a big player in the game.
No. Also, Saudi Arabia should be thanking us because we protect their oil fields. For the reason they haven't been invaded and
I don't even think they have an army.
No, we're their army.
So we pull out of there,
They're fucked.
Anybody can have that oil.
And they haven't responded to Joe Biden's phone calls yet, apparently, which is what the mainstream media is saying, which I don't trust that at all. I feel like there's probably some back channel communication. It's just not being, like, publicly talked about, which is, I think is weird. I don't know why they're saying that now.
Look, I would love to give Joe Biden the benefit of the doubt on this situation, but here's the situation. Okay, here I'm gonna paint you a picture.
Okay.
All right, Austin. So,
I'm listening.
So you got Joe Biden sitting inside whatever office they do their cabinet meetings, and you got the cabinet members sitting around, doing their thing.
Yeah. Before you go on that, did you watch his State of the Union address?
No.
Okay.
No.
Go on.
I'm saving that for a rainy day.
It's great.
I know. I'll probably watch it tomorrow. Actually, when I get home. But anyway, you got Mr. Joe, and you got his cabinet members. And they're talking about, hey, so they brought up this whole thing about Yemen and, our Saudi guys. What are we going to do about it? The cabinet guys are like, tell them we tried.
We tried, guys.
And then the president's like, okay, that sounds good. Just remind me before I go back on stage.
Just tell me about it while I'm up there, because I'll forget.
I'll tell him something like, yeah, fuck those guys, I don't care anyway.
Well, he could say that Putin invaded Russia again. He said that in one of the interviews.
Putin.
Which, I mean, I get it. Every president made fumbles in their speeches and shit. But this is a good point I've seen brought up on Twitter. SNL, Saturday Night Live, for those who don't know, shit on fucking George Bush because he said the word controversy wrong once. And they shit on him for all 4 years of his, or 8 years of his presidency, however long he got it. They have not said shit about Biden. He has fumbled every speech he's ever done. He fell up the stairs of Air Force One.
Oh, no. Fox News covers all of that, guaranteed.
Fox News does, yes.
Oh, yeah.
But SNL, which is supposed to be they're supposed to be nonpartisan. They're supposed to just make jokes about shit going on and supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Have not made any obvious jokes about Biden being out of his fucking mind because of the mainstream media. They shut him down. Like, they make money off this shit.
They do. And Saturday Night Live is a huge moneymaker. Now, who owns them anyway? What channel owns them?
I think NBC.
NBC?
Yeah.
Well, either way, look, I'm not going to be one of those people like, oh, well, Joe Biden is incapable of doing his job because he's old. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. That's not for me to say. Because even that, okay, he does, like I said before, has his cabinet members. Alright, and those people can guide him along. Yeah. That's their job. So as far as his incompetence, I mean, yeah, he makes the ultimate decision, but let's all be real here. Joe Biden is not the real president.
No,
we don't know who it is, but he is.
There's definitely people like backing him. He's pretty much just a puppet. Like, obviously, they're sending Kamala Harris over to Ukraine to be a diplomat. Did you see that? Yeah.
That's
the vice president.
Yeah. I saw that the other day. She's like, they said that she's like the worst person to send over there.
She is the worst person, like, ever. She wants to just lock everybody up in prison. She's super into prison.
Yeah.
Did you also see her? Did you see her speech about illegal immigrants? They're like, we know you want to seek refuge in America, but don't come over here.
Really?
She's like, don't do it. Don't come over here.
I know, that sounds like a Trump thing.
It felt like it. I don't know. See, the Biden administration is very weird. It's just a weird political... Because, like, I know a lot of people who forget that Joe Biden was a vice president for 8 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's been in office for 50 years and really hasn't done a whole lot. I mean, he even said how the war in Ukraine was going to happen before it happened. And now he's like, I don't know how this happened. Like, we've been talking about this for a while. The whole We have demonized Russia in media for the past 30 years, at least. Since the 90s, Russia has been the enemy in a lot of actions.
Yeah, exactly. And now here they are.
And now they're like, alright guys, we're the bad guys. Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, you know what? They all think we're the bad guys anyway. Might as well.
Right? I mean, I can't blame them. They're like, alright, fuck around and find out.
Well, I had the same exact conversation with somebody the other day.
Dude, it's wild. Like, the fact that no one saw this coming is either they're ignorant or lying.
Oh, hey, I want to ask you a question before I forget. Totally off topic.
Okay, let's go. We can pivot.
Okay, so hear me out, alright?
Okay.
So spell C.
Like
the body of water.
CEA.
Okay, now put it in on the end of that. What does that spell?
Scene. No, it spells Sean.
Sean. Right. So explain to me how just adding the letter N on the end of that word makes it sound like Sean.
Okay, see, this is a really good topic because my middle name is Sean.
Okay, so tell me why. Tell me why
And
that
it
is possible. Tell me
and
why that
it's
is possible.
not spelled Scene. I always called it Sheen. I had a buddy when I lived in Pennsylvania. His name was Sean, and he spelled it C-E-A-N. And I was like, hey, Sheen, how you doing? And he's like, that's not my name. I'm like, that's how your name is spelled. That's your fucking name. Like, my middle name is Sean. It's spelled S-H-A-W-N. That's Sean. Your name is Scene. Your name is Scene. We got into a lot of arguments about this. I even told his parents they were wrong. Like, I got into an argument with his fucking parents. I was like 7. Dude, I was such an asshole. I went over to his house to go see him one day. And I was like, hey, Scene, how you doing? And she's like, his mom was one of those type of women. He's like, his name is Sean. I was like, oh, hold on. His name is Scene. My middle name is Sean. It's spelled S-H-A-W-N. That's how you spell Sean. We got into like a big argument. Oh, it was fucking great, dude.
I just don't understand how that works.
It doesn't. It doesn't. English is bullshit.
Yeah, it makes no damn sense. I had a conversation with my girlfriend about that the other day, and she was like, and I was like, yeah, okay, so tell me why. And I said the same fucking thing. She's like, you know what? I don't know. That's a good question. Because I mean, it is.
It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Oh, dude, it's fucking wild. You know what else is bullshit? The fucking daylight savings time. Okay? I hate daylight savings time. I hate the fact that we have to spring forward and fall back and all that fucking bullshit. It's stupid. It's really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So, the Senate votes to make a daylight savings time permanent. Which means we won't spring forward or fall back anymore. We'll just keep the fucking, the hour ahead, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's the hour ahead.
So what we're at now?
Yeah, so where we're at now. Which is fine. I'm fine with this. I hate the fact that it gets dark early. That shit pisses me off so fucking much.
No, it gets dark later.
Well, now it gets dark early. It gets dark later, yeah.
Oh.
I hate during the winter and shit when it gets dark early. That shit pisses me off.
Alright, well then you're not going to have to worry about that, don't worry.
Oh no, we're still going to have to worry about it, but it's not going to be as bad because we're not going to fucking drop the clocks back an hour.
Yeah.
If this bill goes through. Which, I mean, my grandfather never did that shit anyway. Like, he never did it. He's like, that shit's stupid.
Yeah, because by the time it goes back to this next thing, wouldn't it just catch back up with itself?
It evens itself back out at the end of the year.
You'd just be an hour late or an hour early, however you do it for half the year.
Well, the way I always understood it, which I could be wrong about this, because, again, I'm stupid as fuck, is the Earth's rotation slows down during one point of the year, so you have to drop the hour, the fucking time back an hour so we can keep the 365 days a year calendar that we have. Which, I mean, I get it's been so socially, so normal in society for so long that it'd be hard to change, but like, why just Why not just let it do its thing?
Just
not
ignore
even
it.
worry about
Yeah,
just ignore it.
Yeah.
Like, we do that with every fucking thing else. Why do we have to care about this one thing? We ignore every other fucking problem that we don't like.
Alright, so let me ask you another question. If this bill goes through, does that mean like your automatic time changes on your phone just doesn't happen anymore?
I think so. I think that it'll be like, okay, don't do that update no more. Because that's like all connected to the internet. I guess it would be location based. It'd have to be location based. Because other countries...
Well, yeah, because this is just in the U.S.
Yeah, because other countries... So I think other countries do this. I'm not 100% sure, and I'm not honestly going to look it up, because I don't feel like fucking with that right now.
Yeah, nobody cares anymore.
And correct us in the comments. You can comment on this. I don't think other countries... I think this wouldn't affect... I think other countries still do like daylight savings time. But I'm not 100% sure. Then again, why do we even go by that shit? Like, it's a Christian calendar. That's what it's based on, is the Christian calendar.
I thought it was based on science.
No, it's based on the Roman calendar, which was like a Christian-based calendar.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole world is pretty much embraced the Christian calendar. Because Chinese New Year is different than our New Year, because they have a different calendar system.
Yeah.
But they're like one of the only countries that does, because everybody else is like, I guess we'll just do what you do.
Okay, so they base it also on like the rotation and like the...
Yeah, because apparently the Earth's rotation slows down a little bit.
But why don't they just base it off of just time? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, because time doesn't technically exist.
Right, but at the same time, though, we can still measure a second. We can still measure a minute. We can still measure an hour. Right? So if that never changes, then why does it matter?
Well, this is something that always confused me, because time doesn't exist, but it does. Because when people say time doesn't exist, what we know as time doesn't exist. Time still passes, but we just made a word for it.
Right, it's the idea of just reality.
Yeah, shit still happens. Like, the fact that people say time doesn't exist, that shit, I don't know, it kind of bothers me because it exists.
Yeah, you can look
we just labeled it. We made a word for it because we made language.
Right, you can look at it like a YouTube video. You press play on the YouTube video,
yeah.
Time moves forward, things happen. That's just how, I guess that's the best way.
The universe is constantly on play. You can't pause the universe.
It's a time, though. Yeah. It's a thing. It exists.
Yep. And I get it. We invented the word time, but the concept. We
invented the word for everything.
Yeah, we invented words. Like, words don't exist. Words are fake.
Right. They're just spoken and maybe written.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand why words hurt people. Like, they're not real things. How can you be hurt by these non-real things?
Ticking bones might break my bones, but words will hurt me a lot.
See, the way I've always thought about it is I've been in a lot of physical pain before. Like, I've been abused, all that fun shit when I was little. So words never affected me. Like, you can say all the everything you want. I don't care. Like, this doesn't hurt me in any way. I can walk away if I don't like this.
Well, I was a pansy as a kid. But now I'm the same way. I mean, bro, don't physically hurt me. I mean, okay, so all right. Let me. Okay, so I am the same way, but however, I don't. When I get threatened, like when someone threatens me, okay, that I'll take serious, and I'll be like, all right, look, bro, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
I'm like, okay, let's go. Like, okay, this. For example, one of the people at my job were talking shit one time. They're like, I'm gonna beat his ass. They're using some kind of hyperbole and shit, you know. They were just running their mouth. So I walked up to him and was like, I heard you say that. Let's step outside. You know, like, their words didn't affect me, but they said words, and they said it. Yeah, they're like, they said something that's like, okay. I'm like, you want to talk about it? Let's be about it. I'm that type of person. I'm the type of person that's like, your words won't hurt me, but you should back up what you say.
Yeah.
Because you're only as good as the things you say.
You know what I always didn't like when people said?
What?
Catch me outside, how about that? You know what I always
Cash.
said?
What?
Catch me right here, how about that? I mean, if you're gonna throw hands with me, I'll throw hands with you anywhere.
Why
I'm not gonna go outside just to fight you. If you want to fight me where you say you want to fight me.
Yeah, why we gotta go outside, bro?
Yeah, fight me right fucking here.
I guess, I don't know, I've always wondered about that. Why is it like, okay, let's go outside and talk about it? Because, like, when guys go to fight, it's always, hey, man, let's step outside and talk about what the problem is. There's never a talk. It's like, I'm going to beat your ass outside. Come on. Why? I guess it's because, like, a respect for the owner of the establishment or wherever place you're at. Like, you don't want to get blood on his floor or something?
If I'm going at the motherfucker, yeah, I'm going to tell the motherfucker, alright, I'm going to catch your ass outside, alright? But no, if you coming at me,
yeah.
That's a different story. I don't give a fuck where I'm at. You're gonna have to pay the fucking consequences, both ends of the stick. Yeah. I might go to jail, that's fine, whatever. I'll pay my dues. But your ass come at me, so...
I'm telling you, dude, the older I get and the more taxes I pay, jail sounds nice. It sounds nice. I get to have a job in some prisons. I get to have the money for commissary. I get meals a day, a bed. It's not ideal, but I don't have to pay rent. I don't have to pay for my food. Someone else pays for me to live there.
Right, but... Go ahead.
There's more people to talk to. Like, there's a lot of other things. You can get an education. Yeah. You have health care.
Well, think about this, though. You go to jail for whatever crime you get for, like, let's say, I don't know, 6 months, a year, or whatever. And, yeah, you get all that shit. Nope, not paid. You get out of jail. Well, what are you going to do
now? Go back to jail.
You're just going to, like, punch a guard on your last day or something like that?
Yeah, be like, hey, you want to meet my friend? What friend? Knife? Life in prison. Woo!
No, I know exactly what would happen. This would be my luck. I'd do the exact thing and I'd go to court for it and be like, alright, death sentence.
Death sentence.
And I'd just be like, shit.
See, I don't think... There's not a whole lot of states that still do the death sentence. The death sentence is not a thing really anymore.
In Georgia it is.
In Georgia it is. I think in Texas it still
Texas.
Is.
And I think, believe it or not, actually I think Hawaii does. No, they don't.
Alaska, I think, is the one.
Yeah, Alaska.
It's one.
A lot of the right-wing states.
Right-wing. You know, the fact that we call it the wings are weird. Like, we got right wing and left wing. And then what is the middle called? The head? Because that would make sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you're talking about a bird...
What would be the head?
The middle, the center.
No. I mean, like, the right is the Republicans, the left is the Democrats, and then their affiliates, whatever. And then what would be the middle?
I mean, me personally, I would hope it was libertarians.
Or, like, bipartisan, type of...
Yeah. That's probably what it would be if, like, with a real allegory, but me personally, I would hope it's libertarians. Because I'm a libertarian. I think we have the best message. Government sucks, we're spying on everybody. Taxes are theft like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
God. Fucking taxes, man. Ugh. Don't even
get you started.
Don't. I fucking hate them.
That's one thing I wish they taught us in school, though, how to do taxes. You'd figure, with so much government influence in schools and education, you'd figure they'd be like, hey, you should teach them how to do taxes so they can pay us efficiently.
When I was in middle school, we had an economics class, but it was a special. It was like one of the electives that you got randomly assigned at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
so there was a potential that you didn't even get it and take it.
Yeah, I had an economics class too, but what they taught us was how to fill out W-2s.
They didn't teach us that. They taught us about Georgia law.
Or how to fill out the W-4, whatever you fill out when you get a job. The fucking W-9 or whatever.
1099?
1099, whatever, you sign,
yeah,
for the taxes.
Yeah.
Anyway, point being is,
I think you said it right when you said W-2. I think it's a W-2.
Well, W-2 is what you get for your taxes, I believe.
Yeah, that's what you get at the end of the year, but I don't know what it's called when you actually sign those tax papers. Tax papers?
I-9.
I-9?
Yeah, I-9. It's not I-9, my bad.
Okay. I didn't know that. But continue what you were saying. Do you not remember?
Not exactly.
I don't know. See, I don't like our tax system at all. Because, again, I've said this before. The government makes rules for thee and not for me. Like, they're like, hey, you guys can't do this, but we can.
My problem with the whole tax situation is I just don't... I wish they spent it better. Okay, alright, so I'm going to be a little hypocrite on this because I know a lot of people say the amount that we spend in military funding is ridiculously stupid, but...
It's a lot.
But I kind of feel like it's necessary just for the simple fact that we, whether we like it or not, we are the world's peacekeepers.
But we don't have to be.
I know we don't have to be. I know that. But we're in a situation where we have to be at the moment.
I don't think we should. I think we should step away from a little while because in being the world's peacekeepers, we've neglected our own people.
I understand. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. Yeah. One bit, I'm not. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I'm just saying if we were to do that, it could cause a lot of major consequences in the world. I'm not saying we have that much influence. I'm just saying the fact that we are the world's only peacekeepers.
Yeah.
And we actually do influence other nations' ability to. So my thing is we pull out, we let everybody do what they do. There's going to be a little bit more turmoil in the world than there has been in the last decade or two.
Look, there will be a few genocides.
I'm
not going to lie.
A few more, you should say.
Because there's a lot going on now.
Yeah.
Yemen, Ukraine, fucking God knows where else.
We do that, NATO will lose its influence everywhere too. NATO won't be nothing.
But NATO is such bullshit now anyway.
Point being whether you're right or wrong, the point is, it would literally be it could be a tragedy for a lot of people.
But, see, this is why I asked you before the podcast if you watched Joe Biden's fucking State of the Union address. Because he talked about how we are sanctioning Russia, but a lot of our allies aren't in the place to do that, were his words. Which, to me, says they don't support this. They don't care about Ukraine. They're like, okay, let them handle their business. That's what it said. That's what it's come off to me as, and I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong, but Germany, they're not stopping buying oil from Russia. Not a whole lot of European countries are stopping that. So we're really the only ones, and we get like 40% of our oil from Russia. It's I don't know. It's weird. I feel like it's because we made them... And, we've said a lot of things about Russia that have been acts of war.
Yeah.
During the whole when Trump was running for presidency, we said that that Russia was involved in his campaign. That's an act of war. Saying that Russia is involved with our political system is an act of terrorism. It's an act of war.
Right, because yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's definitely considered an act of war. That we're saying, hey, they influence our political system enough to get the president involved. Which, it came out that Hillary forced those connections when they didn't exist. Which was Trump getting peed on by a Russian prostitute. Which made me respect him more as a president. Because he's getting freaky as fuck. Fuck yeah, my president's a freak. He likes to get pissed on. So what? He's the most powerful man in America. Let him get peed on.
That's the thing though. Okay, think about this though. Let's say I become president whenever I turn...
I hope you get peed on.
35, right? I think it's 35 when you can run for president. Anyway, let's say right now I'm 25. Let's say I don't know, I get peed on, or like fucking Trump, or I don't know, I fucking run over someone's garden, or some bullshit like that someone, like the media would pull up to try to, make the president look bad, like a bad person. You shouldn't have. Why? Why does me driving through a fucking flower bed a decade ago have to do with me running a country?
It's about your character.
I get that. But, how far have I gotten already?
See, we don't believe in redemption in this country.
Obviously not.
Because if we did, the prison system wouldn't be the way it is. We lock up non-violent drug offenders for their entire lives.
Yeah.
But yet, we let murderers out early sometimes. Not every time. Like, for an example of the criminal justice system doing its job, my brother got 16 years in prison and 64 on parole for committing a violent crime. I feel like it's an okay punishment. It's not the best, but it's an okay punishment for the crimes he committed.
Yeah.
It's a fair sentence. Like, he got what he deserves.
Yeah.
But the prison system is not about reformity. It's about punishment and making money. Because prisoners generate like $1,100 a day for the owners of said prisons, which is insane. Because you know who's paying that?
We are.
Me and you.
Yeah.
Like, we're paying that every day that we pay taxes. Which, I feel like the only taxes that we should have are sales tax.
Yeah.
Why are you taxing the money that I earn?
That doesn't make sense.
I worked for that money. Why do you deserve a piece of it? I will gladly give you some of it when I buy a product that, like, you guys are involved in.
Oh my god! You know what I just realized?
What?
You know what that sounds like?
What?
So you know how communism works, right?
Yeah. It's like the government.
Everybody owns everything. The government owns everything.
And they distribute it equally amongst the people because everybody's equal, even though the quality of effort is not equal.
So those stimulus checks.
Yeah, stimulus checks were rough. You know, I got a letter in the tax saying, "Hey, that's not taxable income, by the way."
Yeah.
It's wild. We gotta pause this for a second because I gotta piss.
Adios. We're 10 seconds.
Yeah. And we're back.
Hello.
Sorry about that. The alcohol and the Gatorade got the best of me.
So before we continue on whatever we were talking about, I wanted to ask you, we were talking about, we were playing some Cyberpunk 2077.
Such a fun game.
Where are you at right now?
I haven't completed any more of the main story. I've been doing a bunch of side missions, buying apartments and shit, just fucking around.
You can own all of them at the same time, right?
Yeah. I bought the one that's super cheap, like $5,000 or some shit. Yeah, it's been going around making money, just doing side missions and shit. It's been really fucking fun. It's a really fun game.
Yeah, it is. I agree. And especially since they've done a lot of work on it since release.
Oh yeah, like when I bought it, I pre-ordered it, and when I bought it at release, the mission where you get the new the ping shard from T-Bug at the starting.
After she dies.
That is the mission that that glitched my game out. Like, you do the jack in to test the ping and everything, and after that, my game would stop working. Like, I did that mission. So, I never actually completed the story past that point. So, I've been mostly pursuing the thing with the following the Voodoo Boys and all that shit. Spoilers, by the way, for the game. You've probably watched it by now. I don't fucking know. Oh, hold on one second. Okay, there we go. It's a little better. But, I'm mostly doing that shit with the Voodoo Boys and all that. Now I gotta go take Rogue her money. I just haven't took it to her yet. I've been doing a bunch of side missions and shit, just fucking around.
Yep.
Cause it's so fucking fun. Like, I've been using the Gorilla Fist, just running around fucking mega fisting people and shit. It's been so fucking fun, dude.
That's glorious. I love
Like, doing side missions. Who's your favorite fixer, by the way? While I try to fix this audio.
It would probably be Wakako.
Wakako's awesome. I like Regina a lot.
Either that or probably Padre.
Padre. I haven't... Ooh. Hold on one second. Let me pause this. Okay. I haven't had a whole lot of dealings with Padre yet. My favorite so far has got to be Regina. Like, She gives you the Cyber Psycho missions, which are a lot of fun. Fighting the Cyber Psychos is fun. It's challenging as fuck, but it's really rewarding at the end of the day.
Yeah. Have you done a Delamain quest yet?
Yeah, I've done a couple of those with Delamain. I don't particularly enjoy them that much, honestly. I think his cars are kind of annoying. Like the last one I did is the one where you follow the fucking car and then she leads you into a trap of all her followers attacking you and shit.
Yeah.
I hated that so fucking much. Like, it was so annoying to me. That particular mission. And then I just haven't done Delamain since then.
Alright, yeah, no, I understand that.
Okay, speaking of Delamain, where did you send Jackie's body?
To his family.
See, the first time I played, that's where I sent his body.
You send it to his family, and later on you get another quest with his mom.
Yeah, then you get his guns.
Oh, you also get his bike.
You get his bike no matter what.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you get his bike no matter where you send it. His mom sends you the key in the mail, so you get his key no matter what. But I sent his body this time to Victor. Hopefully, like, hoping to see what happens. Arasaka comes in and takes his fucking body. I haven't beat it yet, but I'm hoping that they bring that back in some way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know for sure if they will or not, but I'm really hoping they do, because that'd be fun as fuck to fight Jackie.
Well, bro, I know something, but I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, cool.
But there is something I do want to talk about that I just found.
Okay, what did you find?
Alright, well, first things first, I didn't know, and I don't know if you know this, but Elon Musk is South African.
Yeah, he was born in South Africa.
I didn't know that.
His mom's like an author or some shit. Yeah, it's wild.
So, listen to this, though. Since Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24th, the businessman, talking about Elon Musk, has established himself as one of the most fervent supporters of the Ukrainians. The business leader, born in South Africa, notably sent Starlink terminals manufactured by his other space company, SpaceX, to enable Ukrainians to continue to access the internet despite Russian bombardments.
Yeah, apparently one of the Ukrainian leaders in government was like, "Hey, we're not getting internet right now because of the bombs." Yeah. Elon Musk, you should send Starlink. He's like, "Alright, I got you guys."
Yeah.
And send Starlink.
And apparently he's also still paying Tesla employees within Ukrainian borders despite the... So nice. They're compensating the employees. That's really cool.
See, speaking on that, the biggest thing I don't like about the Russian sanctions, which I understand... See, this is kind of I guess a hot take or whatever you want to call it. I don't support sanctions. Because I feel like they don't hurt the people that we intend them to hurt.
They hurt the people of Russia, not the actual aggressors.
They hurt regular citizens.
The Russian people, yeah.
Because all these companies that are pulling out of Russia, what about the employees that work there? What about the regular guys who are just like, hey, I gotta pay my bills?
The Russian people aren't bad people.
Like Starbucks pulled out, the Starbucks company shut down in Russia, McDonald's. Fucking a bunch of these other companies just left Russia. And I get it. Probably not a whole lot of Russian citizens are employees there. But there are still some that rely on that paycheck.
But see, I get where you're coming from. But I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to show Putin that because what you're doing, your people are going to suffer. Mm-hmm. So think about it back in World War II. Yeah. What did we do to show that very thing? We would destroy the people. We would bomb cities. We would kill civilians.
Yeah, this is the much more humane way of going about it.
Yeah.
But the way we go about it is still awful. Like, I know everybody's like, America should do something. Personally, this is a bit of a hot take. I feel like we should just let Ukraine do Ukraine. Like, hey guys, we have no dog in this. We fucked you guys over pretty hardcore when we set a revolution in your country and installed a puppet government. And even in 2014, the Donbass region was like, hey, we want to be a part of Russia. And we're like, no, you guys are Ukraine and you're going to stay Ukraine. And we did not agree to our treaty. We did not uphold our side of the bargain about NATO. That's a whole nother thing. It's a whole, like, there's so many different factors in what has happened in Europe right now that you cannot pinpoint it to one thing that has caused it.
The only two things the United States can do to help Ukrainians, either send them supplies and money or actually send troops, which nobody wants the latter.
No one wants either one of them, because you gotta think, what about these poor Americans who are still suffering from all the COVID restrictions that were in place, all the fucking lockdowns, all that shit, and then we're like, hey, like, the fucking right-wing conservative view on this is we haven't sent Ukraine enough money and supplies. Which, that's also the left-wing view, which is crazy. Like, liberals are supposed to be anti-war. And we're like, hey, fund the war! Fund the war!
But at the same time, though, I kind of agree with them, though, because, I mean, Russia is doing this very... It's very morally wrong on Russia's side.
Yes, it's morally wrong. I'm not saying it's not morally wrong. I'm against all fucking wars. I hate war. War is awful. There's no reason that human beings should be killing other human beings.
Well, let me put it to you like this. Okay, so say you're in the schoolyard, right? You have your friends or whatever, and you're the biggest, baddest kid in the schoolyard, right?
Yeah.
But you're nice. You don't pick on nobody. You just chill. You vibe, right?
Yeah.
And then you got other big kids in the schoolyard picking on smaller kids. You have the power to influence and stop those other bullies from... Why not? Why wouldn't you stop those bullies?
Yes, but in your analogy, at the same time, we've been if we're going on that analogy, we, the cool kids who's just been vibing, have been telling other kids around the world, around the other playground, that, hey, that kid over there, he's definitely going to end up bullying somebody one day. He's going to be a fucking asshole. We got to watch out for him. And then he goes and be's an asshole like we've been calling him an asshole for the past 20, 30 years. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. But at the same time, it's not right. I'm not saying it's right at all. They should not do this at all.
Yeah.
Putin is a wild guy. He's in his fucking 70s.
Is he that old?
Yes. Putin was a fucking KGB agent before he was the leader of Russia.
Yeah, but there's no way he's that old. Hold up.
He is in his fucking 70s.
Hold on, I gotta look that shit up. There's no way.
I'm telling you, look it up. This man, he's a genius, but at the same time, he's fucking stupid. Like, everybody's talking shit on Trump because he was like, Putin's a genius. We use that word to mean good too much.
Yeah, just because someone's a genius doesn't mean that they're a good person.
They can be an evil genius.
That's the whole point of the term evil genius.
Genius doesn't mean you're a good person. You can call someone a genius and still think they're fucking insane. Like, for example, Hitler was a genius. He was very good at getting people on his side, rallying troops, rallying the people of Germany behind him. I mean, he was not a very strategic genius, because he was like, let's invade Russia at the same time as we're fighting this war with America, Britain, and all France and everybody else. That's arguably what made him lose World War II.
What he did to lose World War II was attack Russia.
Yeah.
And during the fucking winter...
You don't invade Russia in the winter.
Just don't invade Russia. Just don't invade it. Just don't.
Leave Russia alone.
For one, if you invade Russia, you take it over, you have to deal with Siberia. Yep. And good luck with that. No one wants to deal with Siberia besides the crazy-ass Russians.
You know, speaking of Siberia, I have recently I'm in the middle of watching this video about the lost years of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Apparently, Jesus went to... Okay, so I didn't know this very much because I'm not into the Bible a whole lot. But apparently there's one verse that goes from Jesus being a 12-year-old talking to people in a court somewhere, to then being a 30-year-old. So there are like 18 years of gap in the Bible about Jesus' life.
Yeah.
And this guy was talking about how there's stories of a guy who's very similar to the description of Jesus in Japan, India, and Britain. And he's just talking about the stories there. It's pretty fucking interesting.
I've never really thought about that before, how Jesus could have traveled further than the Middle East.
Because, like, there was trade routes in that time, because Jesus Christ was a real person.
Right.
Like, that's not debatable, because there was, like, historical evidence of a man named Jesus Christ.
Right.
Well,
Jesus Christo.
Jesus of Nazareth.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ was kind of what we called him later.
Same difference.
Yeah, same difference. There's historical evidence of a man like that existing. There's trade routes for Japan, India, all those fucking countries. So it's not like against imagination that Jesus could go there. And there's stories of people finding like documents about Jesus. It's really fucking interesting.
Yeah, the Red Sea.
Yeah, the Red Sea.
That wasn't a Jesus thing, but I mean, it was still a Bible thing, which is obviously connected to Jesus.
There's a fucking document in the Himalayan mountains that talks about Jesus coming to India, talking with some of the shamans about Buddhism and shit, and apparently he was like really fascinated with it. I recommend the channel Mr. Mythos on YouTube. That's where I've been learning a lot of shit. Pretty interesting.
You know where I learned a lot of shit from?
Where?
The infographic show.
The infographic show is really fucking good.
I enjoy them. Shout out to the infographic show.
Dude, YouTube is like one of the best places to find information, because you can find it for any spectrum that you fall on.
But you wanna see how often I'm on YouTube?
Dude, hold on. If we're gonna pull this up, I can tell you, mine is kind of sad. Not even gonna lie.
Today I got 4 hours and 37 minutes.
Just 4 hours? Hold on. I'm like literally in the middle of watching a YouTube video now.
Last 7 days I got 20 hours and 32 minutes.
Let's see here. Time watched. Okay. Today, 7 hours and 5 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah. I watch a lot of YouTube. Like, I fucking, that's pretty much, I don't watch TV anymore. Like, why the fuck would I watch TV?
No, bro, YouTube has everything you need.
Like, they have so much good content. Like,
I'm on there on a daily basis. There's not a single day. I think I have visited YouTube at least once for every single day in the last decade.
What is your daily average watch time on YouTube?
Oh, hold on, man.
Pull it back up. Because I can go ahead and tell you mine. Mine is 5 hours and 27 minutes. This is also very skewed because when I worked overnights at Walmart, I would literally just spend all night watching YouTube videos.
3 hours.
Obviously. Mine is still kind of catching up from when I worked at Walmart, but I would watch YouTube videos all night there. I'd listen to them, just different YouTube videos about different kind of subjects, so I would kind of learn something while I'm working.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, like, if I'm not playing a video game, or if I'm not working, or if I'm not sleeping, or if I'm not eating, I'm on YouTube.
See, I have ADD really, really bad, so while I'm playing video games, I'm listening to a YouTube video.
Fair enough.
I multitask like a motherfucker.
See, I'm very particular when I play video games, especially like a story game. I have to hear everything in the game.
Yeah, see, I'll pause a YouTube video when like the cutscenes come on and like when some important story shit happens.
Well, see, I like to get immersed though.
Yeah, I understand that. My brain just cannot do one thing at one time. Because it will not. It'd be like, well, all this other shit's going on. You need to worry about this other shit. That's why I have my fucking laptop playing some kind of dumb YouTube video or some shit. So that that affects my watch time. That's why my watch time in the last 7 days is 38 hours and 12 minutes. It pretty much is every day that every time that I'm at work, I'm also listening to YouTube and shit.
You know what that says about that something?
What?
No life.
No, yeah. Well, see, imagine if cable TV showed you the watch time for that. Like, some people would have hundreds of hours spent watching cable TV.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I fall asleep watching the YouTube videos, so that, like, bumps up the watch time some as well.
I mean, some people have 80 hours a week, and that's that's a paycheck for me.
Dude, like, imagine the people who have fucking hundreds of hours spent on YouTube. Like, mine is excessive. I realize mine's excessive. It's only 7 hours. Like,
Only 7 hours.
Only 7 hours. That's like a work day. That's excessive. That's super excessive. But there's some people who have 12 to 14 hours of YouTube. Like,
To be fair, a lot of those people are probably YouTubers, and that's just what they do. They're on YouTube all day.
yes, true. Very true.
And I mean, there's people who they're at home and they do what you do. They're just on YouTube all day while they're working. 'Cause a lot of people are working from home now, you know what I'm saying? So why not pull up YouTube? Who's going to say not to?
Yeah, and if you had a stocking job like I did, overnight, like, you're literally, all you're doing is listening to some kind of music or something as you're stocking shelves.
Intriguing.
Like, the way I would do it was, I couldn't just listen to music because it wasn't engaging enough.
Right, no, I get that. I totally understand that because I do the same thing.
Yeah, it was awful.
Hence the infographic show.
I had to, that's what my brain labeled it as something with substance. I had to listen to something that had some kind of information to it that was relevant. That was like something I could learn. Because if I was just listening to music, I would get really bored really quick.
Okay, so I'm a YouTube Premium member, right?
Yes.
And I've been paying for YouTube Premium for almost 2 years now. 2.5 years. Anyway, and I have been on YouTube for, like I said, over a decade, watching all this shit. But I just now downloaded my first offline video.
See, I don't download any videos. I'm never really off the internet.
Well, see, I did that because I was out of service and I needed to listen to something while I was working.
Yeah.
So I downloaded a couple songs. You want to hear the first song I downloaded?
Sure.
I just want to stop.
Oh, wait, on.
I don't want to set the world on fire with any pot.
Yeah!
It's a good fucking song.
I don't want to set the world on fire. Yeah. Haha.
Do you use YouTube Music?
No.
No, I use Spotify.
All music that I listen to, I'll either use Pandora or I'll just look it up on YouTube myself.
I use Spotify personally because I pay for Spotify Premium.
Bro, like, see, the thing is, like, I don't really... I mean, when I listen to music, I don't ever find myself listening to my music to extended periods of time at once, so that way... Like, so commercials don't really bother me, so I'll listen to 2 or 3 songs and then I close the app because I'm, you know, moving on to what I had to do.
I mostly listen to music when I'm driving long distances.
I'll listen to music, yeah, same.
Yeah.
Or, like, whenever I'm just in the mood for it, I'm driving to work, I'll just put on Pandora and just... I'll get 2 songs in before I have to walk in, so I'll be alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. See, I don't know, I just hate ads so much. Like, if I can pay a bit of money to not have ads, I will do it.
No, I won't do that for anything besides YouTube. I like I said, I've been on YouTube for a long ass time, and since they started introducing ads, dude, it fucking destroyed me. At first, I was like, no, I'm not gonna buy premium. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna submit to the corporate bullshit.
Yeah, not gonna pay the money just to not have them. Like, I can suffer through it.
Because I was there when they didn't have ads. I'm just kidding, but I was, and I said, fuck it, this shit's getting old. It's getting annoying fast, and I didn't realize how bad it was. I didn't remember how bad it was until my premium went out a couple months ago. Yeah. And I wasn't signed in. That's what it was. I wasn't signed in, and I go to watch a YouTube video, an ad pops up, and I see the skip button. I was like, oh my god, what is this crap?
It's so rough.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my god. I looked at it, I was like, oh, my head's not there, so I had to sign in.
Yeah. Fucking, I don't know, I'm all about convenience, man. I love convenience.
Yeah, sometimes I can deal with that, but yeah, I agree.
I would much rather pay the extra couple of bucks than have to sit through an ad. Like, the biggest offender, Hulu pisses me off so much. Hulu, you pay $8.99 or whatever the fuck it is with ads. Then you pay like $14 without ads.
And then even when you get the one without ads, you got those videos. this, or you got those one shows that are like, this is not included in our no ad streaming plan.
Yeah.
And we'll begin and end with a ad. It's like, okay, then what the fuck am I paying you $14 for?
That's why I had a buddy of mine, he jailbroke a Fire Stick TV remote for me thing, like a TV stick, and I can just watch. I can download anything on there. It's so fucking nice, dude. Oh, it's so good. Fucking not have to pay for it, nothing. It's illegal as fuck, but it's nice.
Okay, I got one more question for you.
Okay, what's up?
And this is for everybody out there too. How long? All right, let's think about it. Elon Musk. Get him in your mind. Everything you know about him. How long do you think he has until he wins a Nobel Peace Prize?
He'll never win a Nobel Peace Prize.
Why is that?
Because he's not pushing peace. Like, he's not pushing the things that the people in the corporate media want. He's all about being on another planet, pushing us to being a multi-planet civilization.
But he's also pushing for cleaning the planet and making it a better place as well.
Because we need this planet to be a multi-planet civilization. Like, we can't just run to Mars to fix all our problems. We need to have Earth be a good planet.
And Mars be a good planet.
Yeah, that way we can have Mars be a good planet. Because you can't, like... That's like buying a house when your one house is fucking filled with rats and dirty and shit. You're like, I'll worry about that house once I clean this other house. Like, no, you
right. You had that first house first.
Yeah, fix your one house first. But, like, I don't think he'll ever win a Nobel Peace Prize. And I could eat these words in a couple of years. I'm fine with that.
I give it 5 years, by the way.
But I don't think he'll ever win a Nobel Peace Prize because they don't, like, most of the corporate press and shit doesn't like what he does. Like,
which I like that, by the way.
Yes, he does not give a shit. He'll just do whatever the fuck he wants. Like, the funniest thing about Elon Musk is when he smoked weed on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Tesla stock dropped by 50% after that, but then shot up by 75 to 100% right afterward. So he lost the company money, but then immediately fucking doubled it because he got so many more eyes, so much more attention. Because people were actually listening to him talk.
You know he did that on purpose, right?
Oh, fuck yeah. He knew
Elon Musk, speaking of geniuses, Elon Musk is a genius.
So smart. People don't make more than $1 billion without being smart people.
People ask, like, what's the difference between Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk besides the obvious? Well, Elon Musk is a genius. Jeff Bezos is smart, but Elon Musk is a genius.
Jeff Bezos is...
And richer. I mean, Jeff Bezos is richer, but still.
He is very business focused. Elon is more
just all around smarter.
Philanthropy. Like, he's more into philanthropy and like helping people and shit. I don't know. It's wild. Then again, the richest people on the planet are the Saudi Arabians who have all that fucking tons of oil money who aren't registered on the richest people list. So, like, when they're like, Elon Musk is the richest person in the world, they're like, nah, actually, it's probably some random Saudi Arabian guy.
It's probably the king of Saudi Arabia.
Who you've never fucking heard of, who has this fucking tons of money, who just does whatever the fuck he wants. My favorite videos, by the way, are these fucking people in the Middle East who have ligers and shit, chilling with them, hanging out. Those are so fucking fun to watch.
Yeah.
They're some of my favorite videos.
You know, probably one of the funniest videos I've ever seen in my entire life.
What's that?
When I was married, me and my wife, we were hanging out. And we were, I guess, going through our phones, just, you know, chilling. And I come across this video of this woman driving, and she has this bird on her hood. And it's an osprey. This bird's called an osprey.
Okay.
Right? And she says the name of this bird so many times, like more times than you have doors in your house. Like,
oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, she says osprey maybe twice every single sentence. Like it's obsessively bad. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Fuck.
So I started doing it to her, and she didn't like it. and the funniest fucking part about it is, okay, so we have a daughter. We have 2 daughters now. By the time we had Shy, my first daughter, and obviously she lived with us, and she was chilling in the living room. We decided to go into the living room, and I'm like, hey, Shy, come here, let me teach you something. Oh my God, let me tell you. You know what I had to say or do to not sleep on the couch? you know why I had to sleep almost had to sleep on the couch? I got her to say Osprey. And she was in her terrible 2 ages, where she liked to say everything 100 times.
Peter Bird.
So me and her just sat there, Osprey, Osprey, Osprey.
Oh shit, dude.
That was it. She probably lost a little bit of love for me after that. But it's okay. It was worth it because it was hilarious.
Yeah, right. You connected with your daughter. You had a good moment. But, was it worth it at the end of the day?
Bro, yeah, because the moment I actually got her to say Osprey was some of the most proudest moments of my life. Because, it wasn't because, she could talk, obviously. She could say words, which is why I was trying to get her to say it. It was because it annoyed my wife so much.
It's actually convincing her to do it.
And I actually got her to say it was the greatest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
That's good. That's good to fucking hear, man.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Right, I think men really enjoy annoying women. It's really fun.
Oh, absolutely.
It's really fun. I get it. It's really fucking fun thing to do. Especially when, okay, I got this friend, I don't know what the fuck she is, that I talk to, and we bully the fuck out of each other all the time. It's just super fucking fun. It's just a fun thing to do, and we don't mean nothing by it. It's playful shit, but I don't know. I feel like when you have someone that you can joke around with in that kind of capacity, it's really good to keep. People need that.
Oh, yeah.
People need that in their life. Someone that you can be honest with.
Companionship in almost any form is good.
Really, it really is.
Healthy.
Super healthy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much, I don't know. I don't really know what else to go on off that, but see, people are too divided nowadays, I feel like. I feel like we all just need to realize that we're all the same species. We can get along pretty easy if we tried.
Yeah, that's definitely the way we need to go. If I could, alright, maybe let me get a little skeptical here. Not skeptical, but let me get a little on the edge here. Bring a little religion into this.
Okay.
I'm a religious person. I don't claim to be the perfect Christian, but whatever. I'm a religious person. I believe in God. Point being is, whenever I talk to somebody about God, like an atheist or, someone who doesn't like the idea of God or anything like that, and they tell me stories about how, Christians, they hate me or they judge me or they say I'm going to go to hell, blah, 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 blah. But what really they should be saying is what the truth is, it doesn't matter who you are, what you do, what you believe. You can hate God, but God's still going to love you as much as He does a devout Christian.
Yeah.
So my analogy here is that's how we should look at everything. We shouldn't look at everything as separate individuals, which we should, but at the same time we should also look at everybody as one big ecosystem, the whole world. So that way we don't want to hurt our own ecosystem.
Yeah, why would we want to kill another member of our race for
no reason? For
the ideology that person has. Just because his brain thinks different, or his or her brain thinks differently than yours does.
It's because of that reason, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's wild because it all, in my opinion, it all goes back to tribalism. Back when people were first becoming what we know as the Homo sapien today, we were in tribes, like small tribes. And
Yeah.
the tribe that you see next door was probably going to fuck you up for the shit you had.
Yeah.
So we still have that ingratiated in our brain because it takes hundreds of thousands of years for your genes and shit to change. We have inherited trauma from our past. Because, like, the big example of that is, what is every child afraid of?
Darkness.
Yeah, why?
It's the unknown.
Because in our past, shit in the dark would fuck us up.
Yeah.
Monsters would fuck us up.
Yeah.
Big cats, big bear, whatever the fuck was out there would fuck us up if they got the chance.
Yeah, you got a good point there.
We were super scared of we were super scared of what's out there.
Yeah.
That's inherited trauma. No matter where that child is located, you could get a child from Brazil, fucking Japan, and America. You talk to those kids like, hey, what are you scared of? 9 times out of 10, every one of those kids is going to be like, the dark. The shit that's in the dark. They probably won't say the shit that's in the dark. But it's the darkness and the fear of the unknown.
That's exactly how they'll say it.
The shit that's in the dark,
The
man.
shit that's in the fucking dark, what do you think?
Like, damn, I thought you were 5. What the fuck? Are you a minion?
After you see what's in the dark, you'll see the same thing.
Dude, like, it's crazy to think about that.
It is, yeah.
Like, I thought about that a lot. I wonder how much is inherited trauma that we have from just our ancestors and what they experienced.
I mean, you could even go to the realm of thinking individual fears. Like, for example, my fear of spiders. Maybe I inherited that from a trauma that was done by one of my ancestors.
One of your ancestors could have been murdered by a fucking
Oh,
spider.
yeah, fucking gang of spiders just jumped him, and now he laid in the coma for 60 years, and then he died, and then it was just a horrible thing.
He walked in the wrong part of town and got jumped by a gang of spiders.
Yeah, they were all
Got webbed up.
they were all part of the recluse clan.
The Recluse Clan?
Yeah, they're dangerous.
The Recluse Flux Clan? The RKK?
No, I just say recluse because I'm probably scared of them the most.
Yeah, the brown recluse are fucking...
Yeah, no, fuck them motherfuckers. Fuck everything that has to do with them. Burn the world. I want to set the world on fire.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
I do.
But if spiders exist, they can all burn.
They can all go to hell. I'll die with them.
That reminds me of the fucking Rick and Morty episode where where the giant spiders, they're in the fucking, they go to get ice cream.
Oh
The
my
world's
God.
best ice cream, and there's giant
Oh, but I
spiders.
didn't know that was coming. No. No. Oh my god, no. Okay, so, what was it? Oh my god, I was playing a video game, like, what was it? I don't know. I can't remember which one it was. A while ago, I was playing this game, and it was new to me. I haven't watched anything on it. You know, Steven this, I think he was there. And this fucking spider came out of nowhere. It was a new enemy, and it scared the fucking shit out of me, bro.
See, I'm fine with spiders. Snakes fuck me up hardcore.
I'm a snake.
Oh, see, snakes will fuck me up hardcore. I was playing the game Dragon's Dogma. Have you heard of it?
No.
Dogma, where the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Dragon's Dogma. You fight a Hydra very early on in the game.
Okay.
Dude, it scared the shit out of me. You literally, you go to this tent after you find out you're this thing called the Arisen. You fight a dragon super early. He fucks you up, eats your heart, makes you this thing where you are immortal until you fight the dragon. Like, until you die from the dragon. Or, yeah, that's pretty much it. You die from the dragon or another enemy. You're immortal. Like, you'll live forever.
Right, yeah.
Because his magic keeps you, or some bullshit. I don't fucking remember. But that game, you fight a fucking Hydra super early on, and it fucked me up, like, so bad. I fucking hate snakes, man. Fucking hate them with a passion.
Okay, crazy, silly, hypothetical.
Okay.
If you were immortal, and the only way you could die is commit suicide, how long, or how old would you be until you take the bullet to the brain?
Well, it depends. Do you age normally, or you stay the same age? Like, is it a perpetual youth, or is it you're going to keep aging?
I mean, it doesn't matter because you're not going to die from it. So you can continue to
Well-
age, but you're not going to die.
Well, I feel like it does matter. Because imagine being a 90-year-old man as immortal as a 90-year-old forever.
Okay, well then you stop growing at the age of 40.
So you're forever 40.
That sounds like a movie or a song.
Forever 40?
Forever 21, yeah.
Instead of forever 21, it's forever 40?
Yeah, but you're forever 40, but you can't. Literally, nothing can kill you. Not a bullet from another person. Like nothing can kill you besides you yourself.
So the only way you can die is by
if
your own hand.
If you intentionally try to kill yourself, like accidents don't count, but if you intentionally try to kill yourself, then you're done. So which means literally you're the only one that can bring it into your own life. So
100 years.
100 years. So you'd be 100. Okay, so you don't age, but you would still count your age, right?
Yeah.
So you'd be 100 years old.
Yeah. No, I would live to 140. I'd live, cause see, if I turned immortal at 40,
Then you would want to live 100 years after that.
yeah, I want to live for another 100, 125 years to see what it's like.
I would want to live until, I guess, simple human depression took me back over and just like, you know what? You don't need to be here anymore.
That's why I think 100 years. Like, you get to see a lot of stuff.
More than any other human would.
Yeah. But then at the same time, you don't lose too much, you know?
That is true.
Yeah. Because I don't think a parent should ever have to bury their child. Like, that's a fucked up thing for a parent to have to do.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. So this would be somebody who wouldn't want children, or who's sterile, or
see, you'd have to have children late in your life. That way, you'd like. So if you know you're gonna only live for 100 years, have children when you're like 60 years into that, 50, 60 years into that. That way, you have that good amount of time with them. Because this is coming from someone who doesn't have kids, but
yeah,
burying a kid would probably be the hardest thing that anybody could do. I feel like.
It's probably almost every parent's worst nightmare.
Yeah, I feel like that would be the hardest thing that any parent could ever, any person, no matter if they're a parent or not, like, well, you would be a parent if you had a kid, but I feel like that's the hardest thing a person could do when you bury their child.
Bro, I couldn't bury my dog.
Not like,
I mean,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if I can't bury my dog, you know, how could I stand burying my child? Because obviously my child's more important to me than my dog. So, I mean,
I don't know, it's just wild to fucking think about, because it happens all the fucking time around the world.
Unfortunately, yeah. Ukraine, too.
Yeah.
Most recently. Well, I mean, now we're almost an hour and a half in. You want to go ahead and end it here?
Yeah, we can end it here. It's been pretty good so far, I feel like.
Alright, well, let me end with a good message, I guess. And
Okay.
I just want to say, you know, regardless of what's going on in Europe, or just the world in general, you're amazing. Whoever is listening, whoever you are in this world, you're awesome. Don't forget that. It's all in your head, all the stupid, negative crap. And I know this is cliche. I know it's old. Everyone says it, but everybody says it because it's true.
Yeah. Focus on you. You're, like, you can't help anybody if you're fucked up. Focus on you.
People say, who's the most important person in your life?
You.
It has to be you. Because if it's not you, then you can't take care of anybody else.
Right. Like, how can you have the time for someone else if you don't have the time for yourself?
And just because you think of yourself as a bad person, that does not make you a bad person.
That's 100% right.
So just keep on keeping on, man.
Keep on keeping on.
That's my message. Everybody might not like everybody, but there are people out there who love you.
Yeah.
I love you.
We love you. We all love you here at 3 Guys at the Table minus 1 guy. He's missing today.
He's okay, by the way. He's okay.
He's fine.
Yeah, he'll be here next week probably.
Hopefully. But yeah, just keep on. You know, that's what I'm going to title this episode today. Keep on keeping on. Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
That's what we'll end this on. Alright, guys. Thank you for listening. This has been 3 Guys at the Table. Just, again, keep on keeping on.
Deuces.
See you guys.